So I found a list of 12 or 13 gross flavors of things. Number 12 was buffalo flavored milkshakes, and number 13 was it's supposed to be Butterfinger Blast, but they ran out of space, so they just put Buttfinger Blast.
Hi everyone, this is the 13th episode of We Could Be Wrong, the Buttfinger Blast of Podcast. I'm Eli, and over here we have Bret.
The Chicago Cubs of podcasting is another one we could have done.
And also Christina.
Hi.
Because we don't do much in like 150 years. But then when Marty McFly says that we're going to do well, then we start to come and look like, hey, maybe we're going to do well.
Who said Marty McFly was on our side, Bret?
Marty McFly is on everyone's side.
Not us.
Sure
not time is not on our side.
Because you don't need money, Christina. Don't need fame. You don't need any credit card to ride this train, Christina.
We're just going to pretend that we know what he's talking about, everybody.
Yeah.
That's the song Power of Love by Huey Lewis and the News.
Oh, okay.
Oh
so you like Huey Lewis and the News.
Fame. Don't need no credit card to ride this train.
I know what this is. Yeah.
Okay, so apparently we got a comment from our last podcast. And, Bret, you brought this up to me, how...
Yep. He wanted to know a little bit about Undertale, and then he was like, oh, and also...
He said, like, because in the earlier podcast, the woman who I was talking with, I thought she was using euphemisms when she said snakes go to places they shouldn't go. No, she meant that quite literally.
That's the most amazing thing, I think.
And I got photographic evidence right here.
I still am surprised that is not a parody.
No.
I think Eli's description was pretty good. It's an abridged series that is actually serious and not abridged.
There had to have been some type of like comedy background or something.
No.
I don't know, because Japanese comedy never really hits for me, except when they're trying to be serious and they don't realize that they've gone
like Ouran
to
High School
Edward
Host
levels.
Club, Bret?
Or Nichijou.
Ouran's kind of... Okay, you know what? But that's because the people who made Ouran knew the audience that they were playing towards and were like, fuck all of you. Fuck everything you love.
I love how people still take pairing the twins together seriously.
Yeah. Like, the whole series is joking about how fucked up it is to pair those two. And then everyone's like...
I met a person like that.
But what if they did fuck?
That'd be awesome.
No.
Was it that girl that you used to hang out with in
college?
college?
She was like, when I was doing that,
Surf?
summer thing. Yeah, she was...
Summer day.
She was a roommate of mine for like the first...
Oh, the Harry Potter girl.
Yeah, she also shipped Sam and Dean from Supernatural. And I'm just like, I'm very uncomfortable.
I remember texting you a lot because you're like, oh, I feel so alone here. I'm like, be friends with that girl you're rooming with. And now I'm like, oh, maybe you shouldn't have ever been friends with her.
I mean,
He's like, do they know that we're brothers? Doesn't seem to matter to them.
But I'm very against incestual, like, fucking pairings.
Unless they're two hot chicks, because then it's okay.
Like, I think half of the people who ship those types of pairings don't have siblings.
Exactly.
No, I think it's like with pornography. You've got to have in the back of your head that they're not really siblings in real life.
But these
so
people,
it's okay.
No, these people know that.
Because like
they
whenever
still
you watch,
do it anyway.
Because I think this is I'm gonna go a little inappropriate here, but whenever I watch pornography and there's like the guy and the woman and it's like the woman who's like looks like she's 30 and then the guy looks like he's like fucking like 60 and like the woman's like, oh no, you're my son. He's like, yeah, you whippersnapper, I am your son.
But that's not like that.
So I can see past the veil here and I can see this for what it really is.
It's a time traveling porno.
Like that though, they're like they look the same age.
I really do get annoyed by that in pornography. Like it really just takes me out for a second. I'm like, That dude looks at least her age.
You just get ripped out of the fantasy.
It's like your boner gets lower.
There's like buttholes and dicks everywhere.
Wait.
Like, what's going
So
on
why
here?
are you watching incestual porn?
No,
Brett?
because you just like you go on X video and they're just like, oh, hot chick gets banged. And you're
Okay.
like, okay, cool.
Okay.
And then they start playing up the whole like incest thing. And you're like, huh, this is a little weird.
I'm gonna keep watching.
Yeah. No, but then they just get to the point where it is like it's always the same thing. The dude's fucking bald as shit, looks old as shit, and then he's like, "Yeah, you're my mom," and I'm just like, "She is not your mother."
So wait, Brett, are you just watching this not even to get off? You're just
I think there comes to a point where I'm not even
just weirdly fascinated by the writing of porn
I'm
and
more
the casting.
I think I want to make a porno that's like that.
Why would you? With who? Sorry, who?
The guy starts like, they're like, "You're my mom." She's like, "Oh no, I'm your mom. You're gonna bang me." And then they're just like, and then like fucking Daleks and shit come in, and then it turns out to be a time traveling porno. Like shit's going down.
And like Marty McFly would be there, like, "Oh shit, Doc."
Maybe we should make a porno game.
Yeah, let's do it.
That'll get funded on not Kickstarter. Steam. Greenlight.
You know, I got a quick thing to say though. Speaking about time travel, I get really mad when people call him Doctor Who.
Who cares?
Because it really should be Doctor Whom.
Oh my god.
Grammar jokes.
Note to self: kill Brett. Anyway.
So the Star Wars Battlefront,
Oh boy.
made by the guys who made Battlefield. The beta came out.
Really, Brett? You're calling us weebs, and then you bring out you bust out Star Wars.
Yeah, there's nothing weird about Star Wars.
Everything's weird about Star Wars.
Yeah, no, nothing. Like how the music that the band played at the cantina is a genre of music called jizz music. And
yeah, that's an actual thing.
That's an actual thing. I'm not joking. And my favorite jizz band is the Intergalactic Jizz Whalers. Of course, Lucas 5 or 10 years ago said that no, it's jazz, but no, it's jizz. It's jizz. It's always been jizz.
Wait, so was that less of like a slang term, or was that always a slang term?
No, that wasn't really a slang term in like the 70s.
Brett, when you said that, that sounds like a rejected line from like a rough draft of a Law and Order SVU episode. Jizz has always been jizz.
They call it jizz music.
You mean to tell me that these kids sing and they call it jizz? Okay, it came out in 77. Okay, good. So, Star Wars, which is not as nerdy as fucking ninjas and Hadoukens that you fire out of your finger when you make that gun that all 5-year-olds make.
Hey, the spirit gun is awesome, Brett.
No, it's not, Christina. It's stupid as shit.
Hey,
okay?
Brett, how does it feel like not getting to your topic?
No, it's the spirit gun is dumb as shit, Christina.
No, it isn't.
Okay, cool.
You're just in denial.
What if, like, they're picking their nose and the spirit gun goes off and they just blow their brains out?
No, you have to concentrate on the finger.
That's so dumb. Now I'm going to talk about guys who can make lightsabers because the Force wills it to be so.
Yeah.
So, Star Wars Battlefront beta came out. I played, I believe, like, roughly, like, 10 to 20 matches, somewhere in there. And
wow,
I was having
Brett,
a discussion
really?
with my friends, and I wanted to bring you guys into this discussion.
Okay.
All right.
The big thing is, Star Wars Battlefront does not have a single-player component. It is going to have some...
Oh my god!
It does have something called missions, which can be played by one person, and they're just like...
So it has a single-player mode.
But it's not a story, it's not really doing anything, it's just like, oh, stand here while waves of enemies run at you.
So it's kind of like
I can't swim!
And Admiral Akbar
like a
yells
challenge thing.
It's more like challenges, like, oh, a bunch of AT-ATs are gonna...
Well,
ATSTs are gonna run at you.
Does
Also,
the
I wanna...
multiplayer thing have any story to it, really?
I mean, the Walker Assault mission... or multiplayer map is basically the Battle of Hoth, where the walkers are walking towards the ion batteries.
But it doesn't have a story element to it, really.
Well, I mean,
aside from what happens in the movies, right?
Well, yeah, I guess.
So you'd have to watch some movies to get the story.
Oh my god, Jesus fucking Christ. But yeah, there's no story in the game. It's just play as if you were in these battles and it's just a fun multiplayer game. But I've heard a lot of people I've heard a lot of people complaining about how there's no tacked on single player. Like there's no like, oh, play the because like that's the thing that the old Battlefronts used to do. It was just this multiplayer made into a single player, and it was really boring and really lazy because it was just like the enemies were fucking mind-dumbingly stupid. Like they just run into your gunfire and shit. And so this one is...
they're like the opposite of Stormtrooper like fires.
Ha ha ha.
Just run
so
into
this
the blast.
So this game is just like, fuck it, we're not going to do a single player. There's going to be like a horde mode you can play with your friends, or you can play by yourself. There's going to be some, they call them like, there's 3 types of single player missions: training, waves, and something else that's not in the beta. And I'm just curious what you guys think, because some of my friends were like, oh, $60 game with no single player. Ugh.
I don't care. I mean, like, if the game wants to be a multiplayer, then let it be a multiplayer. If it's more single player, then it's a single player.
Like, I didn't hear people bitch about that with, like, with Witcher, because like Witcher was all single player. Like there was no multiplayer component to it.
I watched the previously recorded guys doing a review on that.
Titanfall?
No, it was that soccer game you play with cars. I don't remember what it's called.
Rocket League.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they did bring up a good point about multiplayer games. Like one of them didn't like multiplayer games because they knew that in a year, the servers would either be filled with people who knew what they were doing and it wouldn't be fun for new people to come in, or they'd just be dead.
That's the problem with like a lot of stuff with a multiplayer. I've heard.
I think so, but at the same time, This is Star Wars, and they really did make this game. This game in particular was made so that like, unlike Battlefield, which is the other multiplayer game that DICE is really big on. Unlike that, this game was made from the ground up so that like you could have fun from level 1. You can't do as much. You can't you don't get grenades until level 2. You have to grind to get new blasters. But I
grind every day.
Oh yeah. But it's made from the very ground up so that you don't have to be the best to be doing stuff like if you want to play as Darth Vader or Luke Skywalker, all you have to do is find tokens on the battlefield. I got to play as Luke. So here's
to play as Darth Vader.
No, I got the chance to play as Luke.
He never go to the dark side.
Here's the thing.
You got a chance to play as your hero, Brett.
I know. Here's the thing. Some of the stuff that they do for the audio recordings are Hamill, but it sounds like stuff that they ripped out of the audio from the movie reels. What
if they accidentally get like audio from his part in the regular show?
Yeah. But then like they rip audio that's just like I can't tell if it's Hamill or if it was just like some guy I think it's just some guy that they got to do a voiceover for Hamill.
Some guy.
And it's just like,
well, like, I mean,
and I feel really bad. I feel really bad about saying this, but this dude was way too effeminate. He was just like,
wow.
Hey guys, I'm
gonna make a joke, and you're gonna think I'm really going over the top, but I'm really not. Where like, so at one point in the fight, you're kind of in trenches because the battle, the Walker Assault kind of changes terrains over time. Mm-hmm. So at one point you're in trenches, and you're basically shooting from trench to trench, and one person can be Luke and try to jump over the trenches and get into the other area and start killing people. And I was playing, I was playing, and someone was next to me playing as Luke, and I just heard, "There's stormtroopers over there." I'm just like, what? What was that?
Come on, guys, get on your go-go boots, and we're gonna get some stormtroopers.
And clearly, the guy doing Vader is not
jump.
James Earl Jones. Like, that was so obviously not James Earl Jones. She's like, we will crush the rebels. I'm like, okay, not James Earl Jones.
We're gonna crush those rebels.
But like I mean,
You guys can do it. Put on your hot pants.
Yeah, I know. He sounded so bad. He was just like, "There's stormtroopers over there." And I'm just like, "Oh God!"
Watch out,
really
snakes
good voice,
go into
Brett.
places.
You do a really good voice.
Yeah, I should be voicing Luke Skywalker.
You should be Jack from Will and Grace.
Thank you. Also, speaking about Luke Skywalker, I got to see. I finally got to finish The Flash, and Mark Hamill does his first, not his first, but one of his few live action roles that he's done in a while.
How many live action roles did he do?
I mean, well, the story is, and it's true, between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, he got in a really bad car accident that fucked up the muscles in his face.
Oh.
And
Yeah,
so,
I know that.
And
he got really
self-conscious
Yeah.
about the scars, and so he just did Return of the Jedi, and then he never really wanted to do live action again. And it really wasn't until I think The Flash was like the next time he came out and did live action. No, there was also Wing Commander.
Okay.
No, Wing Commander. Look it up. He fucking did Wing Commander video games.
Oh yeah.
But so what was awesome was
that one of those old video games that
with
had
AMV clips?
I think
Yeah.
I think I got one for free in Origin when they had it there. I never got.
Yeah. Origin had a sale where they were just giving it away for free.
It's one of the million games I have yet to play that I own.
Sounds like Brett.
Yeah, I have. I love. I'm just sitting here on like a Sunday afternoon. I'll be like, I have nothing to play, and I have like 8,000 games on my Steam account.
That's why I was thinking about making the Let's Play Brett's Toys box. Brett's Toys. Oh my god.
Toy box.
Toy box.
Toy as the singular.
Because we'd just be playing all of his games.
Brett's sex toys.
But yeah, then it sounded like that.
That is actually a good point. And with two girls and
You didn't
no guy
automatically go there? Wow. I thought you'd be the first person who'd make that joke.
I didn't go there at first. I guess I have a clean mind.
Oh, right.
I'm a dirty, nasty boy.
So yeah, what really cool thing about The Flash though? So in the 90s, NBC tried to do like what the Avengers did now, where they were going to have like 5 TV series that were all in the same universe. There was going to be like I forget what it was. I think it was a Green Lantern, a Flash, and a Wonder Woman series. I only know about the Flash series. Like that was the only one that got any traction.
Was the Wonder Woman one that really horrible one
No,
that everybody talks about?
First off, that one's not horrible. It's actually pretty good. But,
no, wait.
Wonder
No,
Woman!
I thought there was not the old one. Like the really old one.
No. The one where like Wonder Woman was fucking violent as shit.
She was
and
going
like,
up against a
ripping out
makeup
people's
company
throats.
or some shit.
Yeah, that thing never even made it to air.
I thought that was just the pilot or something.
That happened in the late 80s.
She was going up against a fucking makeup company.
She was going up against a makeup company. She wasn't the son of Hera. She wasn't the daughter made out of clay, daughter of the Amazon.
No, she was just a lady.
She's just some lady, and then she has some really weird speech about her boobs at one point in the show.
And she was going up against a makeup company?
What
was the scheme? I don't even remember.
The setup was that basically she was Tony Stark, basically. Like,
no, I mean, what was the scheme of the makeup company, though?
Oh, they were like making a makeup that would like give you better looks, but it came with like really bad side effects, and they were trying to like cover up the side effects. Over the world. I don't know. It was all I remember from that show was Wonder Woman stabbing a pipe through a dude's chest and then being like, "I'm the hero," and then like, and then the other part where like she's trying to suggest that she goes out as Wonder Woman and like stops the bad guys, and then her investors are like, "I don't know, if you die, that would be bad for sales," and then she's like, "What do I look like to you? Am I just boobs and a nice ass?" And it's just. That's all I remember. Man. But yeah, there was a 90s Flash show, which, Christina, you bitch about the suit of the new Flash, even though it's great and you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
It's just the helmet part, okay?
Okay,
the
cool.
helmet part looks weird. I don't even know how you'd be able to make that look okay, to be honest. Are you getting a picture of it right now, Brett?
I'm trying to find the 1990s Flash Oh, it's bad. It's bad! So basically in the 90s, I believe it was NBC was trying to create like an Avengers-esque kind of, but with a Justice League with Flash.
Wow.
And
I saw this suit before. I don't know where.
But so in the season of the Flash show, they only did one season, I think, of the Flash, and I don't know if they did any seasons of the other. I don't know if it ever took off. They did the Flash, and it didn't take off, but in the one season they had Mark Hamill play the Trickster, who's basically the Flash's version of the Joker, who was also, funnily enough, played by Mark Hamill in the Justice League Unlimited cartoon.
Oh.
He showed up in one episode, and he was done by... So, Mark Hamill played him in this one episode, and then they're like, hey, what if we have Mark Hamill come back for the new, actually good Flash show that has a really good Flash costume that Christina is wrong about.
Oh my God.
Don't know why the producers of the show just randomly said that.
That was really descriptive that they would do. It's like, hey,
I know, really?
Why? It's kind of, how would they know that?
It's just they're like sitting around on set,
creepy.
and they're like, good job today, everyone, except for Christina, because she doesn't understand that your costume looks great.
And there's a girl in the studio that's named Christina. It's like, what are you talking about? It's like, no, it's a different Christina. It's the one that no one has heard about.
Yeah, Mark Hamill does the Trickster in that, and let me see if I can find Mark Hamill's Trickster.
I don't think you noticed. I have been talking for the longest time.
So Mark Hamill played the Trickster. He looked like that.
Well, it's an audio podcast. No one knows what you're talking about. God damn it!
I know. And so
wait,
in the new
how did he look like? Like, what did he look like in the animated series?
They actually took the designs from the TV show and put it into the animated series.
Wow. Okay.
Now, for those at home, Mark Hamill looks like the 80s vomited on him.
Looks like the 80s just fucking threw up on a canvas. Like, he even has, like, the Tron elbow pads.
What did they do to his hair?
I don't.
They made it fabulous.
So what was really great about the Flash show that they did right now in the last few months is that when Mark Hamill came back as the Trickster, they're like, Barry hears about this Trickster on the loose, and they're like, who's the Trickster? And they're like, oh, well, this must be a copycat because the one that we have in jail looks like this. And they showed old images of Mark Hamill in the old Trickster outfit, and then Mark Hamill shows up and they get to choose the scenery. It was great. That show is great. I really like that part at the end of the series where the Flash and the Arrow are fighting the Reverse
Spoilers!
Flash, and they're just beating the shit out of him, and then they beat him, and then they're like, and
wow,
then Flash
Brett,
is
spoilers.
like, thanks Arrow for all the help, and then Arrow's like,
you ought to get
no
one.
problem, Flash. Also, Christina doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about, and then Flash is like, he looks at the camera and he just points, and bees come out of his mouth, and they inform Christina, shut up about the helmet.
Why
did you go with bees,
It
Brett?
just turned to a Willem Dafoe movie pitch, Brett. It's like from a Bob toy, for fuck's sake. And then Willem Dafoe's like, yeah, Christina, you're wrong.
And then Reverse Flash is like, why, Christina, why? And then his face just melts. And he has a skull there, and he starts laughing. He's like,
Why, Christina?
Oh my god.
And then the skull says, hey, kids, wanna die?
So, Christina, what's your topic?
Oh my god.
Is it about how you're wrong about the Flash's helmet design?
No.
Please leave your comments
because
below,
I don't give a shit
about how Christina doesn't know about the Flash's helmet design, how it's fine.
Oh my god.
Yeah, everybody leave Christina alone.
No. In the comments, you can. I'm her fiance, so I'm saying it's okay to.
Wow, Brett.
I thought you were my fiance.
I'm Christina's Beyonce.
So you have a bootylicious butt.
Nice.
Wish you do.
No, okay, this is getting weird. Get to your topic. Get to your topic about how you're wrong about the Flash.
No.
I love how Christina was
No, we can talk about Brett's butt.
I
Let's
love
talk
how
about Brett's
Christina
butt.
was like, spoilers. I'm like, oh, don't worry, Christina. This is going somewhere.
Oh my god. And then bees started coming out of everywhere.
Every orifice. You were saying?
There is actually, funnily enough,
Shut the
there's an
fuck up,
enemy
Brett. Where's your topic?
in the Flash who fights with bees.
What's the topic, Christina?
I don't know. I was
Okay. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 5.
Oh,
Okay,
boy.
that's not a topic.
Yeah,
That's just a thing.
Yeah, it's
That's
it's a little
thing.
disappointing. I all this talk.
Did
about
you
how,
buy it?
No.
Okay. I
No,
was
it's
gonna
just
be
like all this
please.
stuff, and I was kind of just disappointed in what I've heard about how broken it was. Because Tony Hawk is like
I'll
one
be
of.
honest.
Okay.
I was really excited when I heard there was a new Tony Hawk game coming out.
too.
I was like, oh, cool, Tony Hawk, and it's Pro Skater, so it's like that's the main series. That's awesome. They're finally going back to pros because they tried like
Well,
Tony
it's not made
Hawk.
by the same people, right?
Tony Hawk Downhill Jam and Tony Hawk Ride It, and I'm just like, oh, come on, really?
Yeah, it's like Tony Hawk is like one of my favorite series of all time. I think
Yeah.
the best part of that game was always the soundtrack, and a lot of my
Or
taste
the
in-
bees.
Yeah.
A lot of my
The bees that would just come out of Tony
Man,
Hawk's
the-
mouth.
okay,
The,
great.
Spelling that
the
Christina doesn't know what she's
soundtrack,
talking
though,
about.
The
Yeah.
soundtrack.
Yeah, because like
was-
my taste in hip hop has been very influenced by the soundtrack. over there.
I'll be completely honest. I have Superman on my iPhone.
Yeah,
I love
I have Superman on my Spotify.
I have Mr. Liff, I Phantom, I have the Cannibal Oxting, I got Nas, I got like Deltron Dirty Dirty, Del the Funky Homo Sapien. I just love all the Del songs that he put on the games.
So I know Superman and
some other
Superman.
Tony Hawk 2, like my favorite song from there was Cyclones by
They
Dub
had
Pistols.
they had a couple Johnny Cash songs in there, I think.
They had Tony Hawk Underground 2, they had like Ring of Fire.
Yeah,
Like Tony Hawk
And
Underground...
Ring of Fire.
and Frank Sinatra. Oddly.
Yeah, that was Underground 2. Underground 2 had probably the most diverse soundtrack out of
That's
the rest of it.
so weird.
What?
They had Underground 2 was like Jackass version.
Was Underground 2 the one where Bam Margera
Yeah.
was featured in?
Yeah, that was one of my favorites. Yeah. I
What's
love
the
it.
one that like you had to jump across? Like it was like a story mode where like you had to do these like missions, and so one of them was like you had to like hook yourself to a back of a car and get flung across this fucking like
I think
half
that was
pipe.
one of the Underground.
Underground 1. That was Underground
Okay,
1.
I could not beat that mission.
I did.
And I rented it from Blockbuster, so I'm dating myself.
I rented it for Blockbuster. I got it from a Laserdisc.
Yeah, I know, right? I rented it from Blockbuster, and that was just the bane of my existence that I could not beat that half pipe jump.
Yeah, and
God.
the bees, they kept attacking us. What was up with that?
And then the bees kept forming Christina's
God.
wrong about the helmet, and I'm like, what's this mean? And then it turns out the bees
Was that
fucking
your
knew the
first
future.
game you rented from a Blockbuster, Brett?
What was that?
Was that your first game?
No, that was. I don't know.
My first game was Final Fantasy X-2.
No.
What can I do for
Really?
you?
I,
That was
I
my
know
first
you.
Final Fantasy game.
I rented a ton of N64 games.
I rented, same here. I rented Parappa the Rapper 2, and that was the only game that I rented I beat during the rental thing.
I'm
You know what?
pretty
I once-
new to the game thing
You're new to the game.
The
Yeah.
game
Not
scene.
Spitfire.
because I didn't.
Yeah,
Oh
I
my
got
God.
it.
Yeah! Rapper!
I didn't even hear you.
Yeah,
I said, you're new to the game, so you don't spit fire. That's a rap joke.
Okay,
yeah. Give it running like
but
a
yeah,
alone.
I mean, I got a Game Boy Color.
Yeah, me too.
And
Okay,
my first
okay.
actual system was a PlayStation 2.
Oh,
Wow.
that's cool.
So
Mine
what you're telling us is that you're a fake gamer girl.
Wow, Brett. Wow. That's nice of you.
That's racist.
How's that racist?
Oh, no.
Um,
So, yeah, it was just a shame just to hear, like, how disappointed everyone was, how much of a letdown Tony Hawk
I once
Pro
cried at a
was.
Blockbuster video because they ran out of Batman Beyond Return of the Joker.
why do all of the stories that involve you as a kid involve you crying?
I was a
some point.
sensitive kid,
So was
okay?
I'll be honest, I was the same way. I cried about over.
I find it kind of cute though.
when I was a
I
kid,
used to cry about everything. Like my dad was, or
Okay.
I think it was my mom. My mom takes me
heard my
and she's
story,
like, "So what are you
your
trying to get
You,
at
you
Blockbuster
cried
today?"
over a Pokemon card.
I did cry over a Pokemon card until my dad went out and replaced it.
Got this fucking kid to stop
There's a
crying.
Charizard
I know, right?
card.
It was a Charizard. This kid, like, swindled me, and then he, like, kept running up and down the block about how he swindled me out of the Charizard. Like, he's like, oh my god, I can't believe Bret traded it for this and this. And then I was like, oh, can I have it back? And he was like, nah. And then, I started crying. And then my dad was like,
at least you're comfortable enough with your emotions, Bret.
Well, I was back then. Now I'm a hardened badass who never cries.
Oh my god!
I used to always cry whenever the person I didn't root for in a game show didn't win.
Really?
Yes. So Legend of the Hidden Temple was really awful for me.
You know what? I can't say shit because I was once playing Mario Land against my sister for like 4 hours straight.
No. I know.
We tied it up. And then we had a tiebreaker game, and then she won because of some bullshit like, oh, you landed on the most green tiles, and like,
you're better about this.
It was Mario Party 2, I think, because Mario Party 2 had a story mode where you could play several games in a row, and the joke was like, whoever wins the most will get to name this new land that we discovered, and it'll be named after their character. And so, like, we played, like, 4-5 games or so, and she just edged me out in that fucking last game and won by, like, oh, you rolled the dice higher than your opponent. I'm just like, fuck you. And I just started sobbing, like, uncontrollably. Like, my sister had to run out of the room and get my mom. And, like, Bret is just a fucking mess in our game room. And my mom comes in and she's like, what's wrong? And I'm like, it's not going to be Mario Land. It's going to be Peach Land. I don't know what. And then, like...
Bret, I just want to hug you right now.
And then the joke of...
Can we just go back in time and hug Bret?
And then
tell him it's going to be okay.
I mean, and then, like, the rubbing salt in the fucking wound is that the game's like, well, since Mario is the coolest guy, I guess we'll just... Peach decided to just call it Mario Land instead. And then my sister's like, see, Bret, it's still Mario Land. It's okay. I'm just sobbing. I'm like,
fucked
no,
up.
that's like a pity fuck. And it's just like...
This is bullshit. Even the game when he was like, "Where? Oh, this kid is crying. We gotta fix this right now."
Oh my god, this kid's a bitch.
Oh, Bret, you weren't a bitch.
Yeah. There was a lot of crying.
Well, like, here's the thing: it's like that was you playing the game. This wasn't even me playing the game. It was just like if the green snakes didn't win, I'd be like, ah, I was an angry little kid.
I feel like everybody had that one team in Legends of the Hidden Temple that they always rooted for. I forgot what mine was.
The white supremacists.
Okay. You know Anthony Carboni was on an episode of Legends of the Hidden Temple?
I think he won a grand prize.
He won a grand prize, and it was like to go to a dude ranch. And so he just asked for the cash. He asked for the cash, and they just gave him $500 or something.
That went to its college fund. So yeah, Tony Hawk. It was really disappointing to see that it fucked up and everyone is just like that. Just I wish there was like a decent Tony Hawk game because I love those games, even up to Project 8.
What about Skate? Did you ever play Skate? Skate had a really cool concept behind it. Like your right analog stick was your feet on the board, so you'd slow time and it would zoom in on your feet, and then you'd get
that was a thing they put into a Tony Hawk game.
Well, then they stole it from Skate, where then like each analog stick, time would slow down. It zooms in on your feet, and then you'd get to control your feet individually with the analog sticks. So you could do like
kickflip and stuff.
You could do like really hardcore kick flips or like ollies or like really cool moves.
I love how this game series made me like a skateboard like expert.
Yeah, I mean, it's like anytime Rock Band comes out and then everyone's suddenly music experts because they're like, I can do Fire and Flames on a hard mode.
I hate to be that guy, but that was in Project 8 with Tony Hawk Project 8 with the whole skateboard thing. That came a year before Skate 1.
Oh, fuck you. Oh, my God.
See, I knew it. I knew it was...
Yeah! God, start talking about how Dota is better than League
It
already. Is. Speaking about things that made us cry like little children when we were little children.
Yeah. Our parents running away.
What game was it? Oh, so my mom takes me and my sister out.
Oh
and
my
she's
God.
Like,
it's another little Bret story.
You guys can buy any game you want. And so I find Super Metroid for the Not Super Metroid. It was just called Metroid, and it was for the Game Boy Advance. No, Game Boy Pocket. No, just Game Boy regular. And I buy it, and I'm fucking dumb as shit. And I can't figure out Metroid. And before someone's like, Metroid's easy. Young Bret couldn't fucking beat a game to save his goddamn fucking life.
Well, it's okay, because you're a kid.
Yeah. Like here's the thing. In Metroid games, or at least in the old ones, they used to use, like at least in the Game Boy Metroid game, they used lava to be like, hey, you can't go into this area yet. You have to unlock this area. So, like, kind of like with the other games where you have to unlock by getting new skills, in the Game Boy one, it was, you had to find these things that would lower the lava levels, or get the hot suit to be able to go into these areas. But as a kid, I was like, no, the game's trying to tell me I only have a limited amount of time, because you can go into those areas, but Samus starts burning to death. And I'm like, I'll run in there and get as far as I can. And so after a day, I gave up, started crying, and posted a message on my door saying I wasn't coming out until my mom bought me a new Game Boy game.
Oh my god.
Okay, I could top that. One of my birthdays, I got a Game Boy Color, and the game I got for it was Pokemon Red, but the side said Game Boy, and I thought that Game Boy games were not compatible with Game Boy Color games, so I just cried and ran to my room and just sobbing all uncontrollably until a neighbor kid came up to me and it's like, no, it's like, you guys, it's fine, you can play it, see? It works, stop crying, please. See, I didn't even play the game. I just cried because of a misunderstanding.
There has to be a ton of these. We could make an entire podcast that's like, want to know the wimpiest that young Bret was?
Yeah, I could beat that, dude.
Oh, Bret.
I could beat that, dude.
You sounded like an adorable kid.
I was a fucking piece of shit.
I think the only time I really remember crying was because I was frustrated at not being able to punt a ball.
I feel like your stories would be sad because me and Eli would be like, yeah, I once tried to rent Batman Begin, and this is a real story, Batman Beyond, Return to the Joker, and my mom's like, oh, do you think they'll have it? And I'm like, no, they're probably not going to have it, but, I can go see anyways. And she's like, yeah, we can go see anyways. And we get there, and it's not there, and I just start breaking down. She's like, you said they weren't going to have it, Bret! And I was just like, look up at her, and I was like, I was trying to set myself up for defeat, but it didn't work.
Why would you say that?
Oh, man.
But then, like, we tell you these stories, Christina, and you're like, yeah, I remember crying like that when my dad died.
Jeez, Bret.
Wait.
I wasn't going to bring it up, but you brought it up.
But yeah, no, like, there are so many stories about young Bret reacting over things that, like, you should talk to my mom, Christina. She probably has, like, a fucking bucket list.
Bring her into podcasts.
I remember I once cried because my dad took me to see the Pokemon movie, but we didn't show up early. So all my friends are like, look at all the Pokemon cards we got for showing up early. I'm like, oh, cool. And I go up to the usher. I'm like, can I have one? He's like, sorry, kid, we're out. And I just broke down. And my dad's like, oh, my dad, bless my fucking dad. He's like, goes to the usher and he's like, what can I do? How can I get one of these things for my kid? And then the usher's like, I guess if you go
have to answer me these riddles 3.
I guess if you go to the other movie theater where all our supplies are kept, they might have some, and if you bring the ticket, they'll let you take one. And my dad, like, fucking bless my dad, sorry, he put up with way more shit than I think I would have. He, like, actually went over to that movie theater the next day and picked me up Pokemon cards.
My dad went to,
So you got the rare Mew card thing?
No, that was for Pokemon the Movie 2. I got that. For Pokemon the Movie 1, you got a Dragonite card, but the Dragonite was flying and carrying a
I thought you got
bag.
a Mew card.
No, you got Egyptian Mew for Pokemon the Movie 2.
No, I remember my dad, he drove all the way all around New York, trying to find a guide to Pokemon Gold. Just for me.
Oh, New York, the state. I thought you meant New York City.
Yeah, New York City.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I remember, I didn't cry or anything in this story, so it's a rare exception.
Oh my
God. But this is just more of a funny story. I got Kingdom Hearts for a birthday.
Oh boy.
No, for Christmas. Like,
we mentioned Kingdom Hearts.
Back when it first came out, and I was like, I'm gonna go get the strategy guide for Kingdom Hearts. My dad's like, okay. And I'm like, can you take me to the mall? And he's like, okay, I'll take you to the mall. But we're driving to the mall, and Christina knows this. There's like a Barnes & Noble right next to my house. And my dad's like, oh, do you think it might be there? And I'm like, no, they won't have it. So we drive all around the fucking mall. That's like an hour from my house. And then my dad's like, you know what? We're going to go to Barnes & Noble. I'm sure it's there. You've taken me on this useless fucking goose chase. And then I'm like, oh, they probably don't have it. No one has it. I go to Barnes & Noble and it's right fucking there.
I didn't... They sell video games there?
Barnes & Noble... No. Guides.
Oh, God. Okay.
I love how Christina's like, yeah, as a child, I guess I wasn't a bitch like either of you two.
Although my first video game was Scooby-Doo.
Okay.
Oh, that's cool.
Scooby-Doo is a cartoon, Christina. It's not a video game.
PS2. We didn't even finish that fucking game. No, the weird story about that game is... So, we thought we traded it in at GameStop. But I was going through my sock drawer, because whatever, and...
Yeah, you keep video games in your sock drawer, why not?
And I found this, like, old CD thing that we just kept, like, a bunch of, like, just regular CDs, and it was in there. And me and Kate are just like, wait, so if this is here, what did we give to the GameStop people?
Who's flying the plane?
It was kind of like a weird... Like,
well, that's kind of like when I kept bringing...
We're just gonna be forever haunted by that game.
I kept bringing my copies of... You were there when I kept doing this, Christina. I kept bringing copies of my Persona... I don't know why, but Persona 4 was like this game that was destined to fuck with me. So
we had to get 2 different copies before.
No, I had to get 3.
No, well, yeah, the third one was the one that we didn't break.
So Christina kept telling me to buy Persona 4. She was like, oh yeah, it's great, you should buy it. I'm like, okay.
It's anime!
I buy Persona 4 on Amazon.com, I think. And I put it on my PlayStation 2, and the way I played it was like in my college dorm, we had a common room, and Christina would come over and we'd play it together, and it would be me and her on a couch, and then on the other side of the room.
Well, you had it standing up on its side.
Yeah, it was. Well, that was the only way to get it to reach. To be fair, in retrospect, I should have never done this. I should just move the couch closer.
Yeah.
But the couch was like a good 5 to 6 feet away from the television stand. So, the wires, I'd have to be sitting there with the controller, and it would just create this giant wire string. And I was living with 3 people, and
well, I thought the first one I broke.
Yes, the first time it broke,
just tipped over. We tipped over the station because you know how you can lay the
PlayStation 2
on. You can lay it flat, or you can lay it up on its side. It was up on its side, so I knocked it over, and we're just like, fuck.
And so because of the way that disc readers work, the laser can basically etch into the disc, and the disc was
completely
just
destroy the game.
Completely fucked.
Same thing happened with the Xbox 360. A lot of people just...
this wasn't even like you're just putting it into the thing, and it just explodes, which apparently happens with Xboxes.
Xbox 360s, not ones. Because they have vacuum drives.
No, we actually tipped the system over, so it fell while the disc was spinning.
So the disc is just fucked, and so I'm like, okay, I can fix this. I can fix this. I went out and bought. So I put this in a fucking. I should, and then I'm like, hey, Mom and Dad, it's my birthday, because it was my birthday the day that this happened. Can you guys buy me a new copy of this game at a GameStop? They came down for dinner, and I was like, can you guys buy me, because GameStop was charging $40.
And then they were like, we're attacked by bees!
My parents were like, yeah, sure, we can buy you a new copy, it'll be your birthday gift. And,
you still haven't finished that game.
Oh my god, no, I'm just remembering more of the story as it happened.
Oh my god,
really
so much blood.
I'm having fucking flashbacks.
I forgot who knocked it over the second time.
Non-flashbacks.
That motherfucker Dan runs into my apartment, and he's
I thought it was Greg.
No, because Christina, wait for it. Wait for the fucking beat to drop. Greg is hanging out at my apartment, and he walks across our living room and just fucking gets fucking tripwired over the controller wire and just goes flying across the room, hits the PS4 or PS2, hits disc is fucked again. So
and
I'm like,
we're just
okay.
like, oh my god.
I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna package this up and take it to the GameStop again. I do that, and I bring it to the GameStop, and they're like, yeah, sure, whatever. And so I return it, and I get another copy.
The most lethargic GameStop employer. No.
Oh, trust me, because this is about to... Then I bring it home, and for another date night, me and Christina are like, let's play it again. And we do it again. Then Dan, I guess he's playing around with his friends with like a Nerf gun, runs through our apartment like a madman, fucking tripwires over the controller, goes down again, and this is the point where I just lose it. And I remember it was the dead of winter, and I just walk out into the into the academic part of our college, and because there's like different areas. I just walk out because it's like 2 a.m, so I know no one's there, and I just lay down on a bed of snow that just fell, and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck, and I call my mom, and I'm like, that fucking thing you bought me just fucking broke for the 3rd time this week. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I'm fucking losing it, Mom. And she's like, just go get another one. We'll fucking pay for it, Brett. Or try to return it. Brett, whatever you need, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with you right now. And I was just like in this fucking bed of snow. I'm like, I can't keep doing this. I'm just fucking losing. I don't know why this is happening to me.
Brett, the way you describe it laying on the bed, it almost sounds like the end of James Joyce's The Dead, where the guy's looking out at the snow in Ireland, and I'm just imagining that only with some guy laying down in the snow because his Persona 4 broke for the 3rd time in a row.
I can only imagine what would have happened if you bought a digital copy of this game.
So this is the fucking 4th time I have to go out and get another fucking copy of this game.
And the GameStop guy's like, you again?
No. I went to a different GameStop because I didn't want to get recognized. And I bring it to GameStop, and this like 50-year-old dude who looks like a fucking like bouncer for fucking like Whitey Bulger is there, and he's just like, what the fuck is wrong with this? And I'm like, well, the disc won't read. And he's like, the fucking what won't read? And I'm just like, should I explain it? And I'm just like, it's broken. It's broken. The fucking disc ain't working. And the dude's like, fuck it, whatever. Oh, go get another one. And that was like probably the weirdest customer interaction I've ever had. Because like this dude, I was just like,
go play your weeaboo
and
shit.
I understand GameStop employees don't need to play games because it's like I worked at a Staples. I don't want to work in an office, so
office supplies.
Yeah,
You work at wherever Stanley worked in the Stanley Parable.
Basically,
an animator saying your voice.
I feel bad for GameStop employees because they have an extra step of shittiness where it's like people came into Staples and they were just like, hey, I need some fucking paper. What's the best fucking paper? I'm not gonna fucking talk to you. Fuck you. And they're like fucking throwing shit at me, and they're saying that they're gonna fucking kick my ass in the parking lot. There's a lot of angry people at Staples for some reason. But then,
here's your fucking paper clips right next to the fucking industrial back of Jolly Ranchers.
I don't know if it's better or worse because what I hear from a lot of GameStop employees is a lot of people come in and they just want to talk to you about video games, and it's like, I'm not here to fucking talk to you about what Disgaea game was the best.
The first one.
What do you think about that Metal Gear Solid?
I'd just be like, it's number 5.
It's
a
solid game.
you can buy it for $59.99 or $54.99.
Do you want to do it like a pre-order? I need like the bonus check.
But yeah, no, like that was that game started breaking me, and so by the fourth time, I fucking learned. I put the PS2 on its side, but man, that game was fucking that whole story. It hurts saying that because I just remember sitting in the snow.
It's unfortunate because it's a good game.
Mm-hmm. I just remember that was like one of the most vivid memories I have of college. Is just laying in the snow on the phone with my mom. Like, I just don't fucking know anymore, Mom. I'm trying to just fucking do something here, and like nothing's fucking working. Nothing's going for me, Mom. I just can't do it anymore, Mom.
It's like some people, they have a crisis. It's like, I don't know if I'm in the right major. I don't know if I want to change or if I want to transfer. You call it, it's like, I don't know about this fucking game. It's like the 3rd time it broke, and I think I'm gonna kill my roommates.
I'm gonna have nightmares of just shattered CDs everywhere.
Yeah, it's like
I'm trying to impress this girl I like.
Yeah,
but the game she likes just keeps breaking on me.
It was better, but you know what? I tried to impress you because the other girl I was trying to impress at the time was into fucking not Kingdom Hearts. Well, she was into Kingdom Hearts.
I'm still baffled at how you expected that fucking relationship to go.
So for those who don't know, because I don't know if I've told this story in a while. Like I might have told it in the first or second episode.
Let's do a short version of it, please.
Yeah.
Okay. Basically, at around the time I was trying to date Christina, I was a few months beforehand. It wasn't like simultaneously. I was trying to date this other girl.
That would be weird if it was simultaneously. It's like, oh, excuse me one moment, I have to go to this room now.
I was trying to date this girl, and I tried to do that whole thing where I tried to like be the guy that she would be interested in, and so she was like super. Yeah, basically. She was into like Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy.
Mostly Final Fantasy.
Oh god, she was
specifically Final Fantasy 13.
I would say specifically.
Okay.
Well, she was into like
short version. You said short version.
No, you're not getting the short version. Fuck you. The bee started coming out of my mouth and say, fuck you, Eli.
It's like when you said give it a short version, I'm thinking you know who you're talking to, right?
You know you're talking to Brett, right?
Talking to Brett.
Oh my god.
We
no.
I started talking about Tony Hawk, and then he suddenly transitioned to one of his topics again.
I'd be at a party, and I'd try to talk to her, and then she'd be like, so I'm into, like, I like Final Fantasy. Do you like Final Fantasy? I'm like, yeah. And then she'd be like, yeah, I think Lightning's one of the best characters ever made. And I'm like stabbing a fork into my thigh. I'm like, yeah, Lightning's great.
Oh my god, how good you get with a girl like that.
Didn't you say you got to a point where you started believing your lies for a second?
I got to a point where I was like, no, Brett. Kingdom Hearts is a great series, and I'm just like, yes, Brett, yes, Kingdom Hearts is amazing.
I love how he did the same thing with me in Persona 4.
Yeah,
but then he ended up liking Persona 4.
I basically found out that Christina really liked Persona 3 because I went on a trip with her, and like some other friends, and Christina was buying a bunch of art books on Persona 3, and I'm like, oh, play this Persona 3, I'll have something to talk about her, and that's why I started playing that game, for completely selfish reasons.
But then he ended up liking the game.
He ended up falling in love with her.
See, no, that's mean.
Are you gonna make fun of?
She got that good. She got that good.
And then the most fucked up thing was then you started rooming with that girl I tried to date.
Oh,
well, I had no roommates.
She had no other option. So Christina's like, do you know any? It's like that scene in like a comic book where you're like, do you know anyone who can help us? Do you know anyone, Batman? And Batman's like, the Riddler might be able to help us. And like he has to go to the Riddler and ask him for help.
Oh yeah,
like,
the Riddler
like, do you know anyone, Brett? Anyone? And I'm like, I know one person.
Lightning. Who says Lightning is the best character? First off, Lightning isn't even a character.
Well, I mean, I think it's more like girls want better characters.
Yeah, it's like, you know how desperate it is that you have to get Lightning?
Well, first of all, you don't go to a Final Fantasy series and expect good female characters. I'm sorry.
Well, what about this one?
I mean, Aerith is passable.
Oh, now you're gonna slut shame Tifa.
No, Tifa was okay.
I mean, she had a really cool story and everything, but then, like, the issue I have with Tifa is that her boobs are, like, illogically. And it's like, I don't mind. I don't mind. Like, I'm some fucking judge. Like,
I am not. It doesn't matter to me.
I don't mind.
Oh, it has to be to my expectation.
Yuna's story in Final Fantasy X was probably more interesting than Titus's. Let's be honest.
It's like it was her story.
Well, it was her story. Titus was just some bitchy little tag-along character.
Yeah, but she wasn't the main character, and that was the stupid part about it.
Like, no, it's not Titus. This isn't your fucking story. This has all been about not Yuffie, Yuna.
And then they just decided to make her fan service in the second game.
Oh,
what can I do for you?
So bad. You mean the second game where they have the jerk off a woman simulator?
I can't.
Oh my god. You. You mean the back rub simulator?
Oh, I'm sorry. That's what it was. That's why she starts squealing halfway through.
And that's why my pants were at my ankles. That's what it was.
Oh man.
Yeah. I have another fucking weird young Bret story.
Of course.
Let's do you guys want to hear it?
We could be wrong. The Bret podcast.
I don't know.
So
I think I'm good with Bret stories.
I got a story.
I got a story. I'm going to tell it anyways. Who cares?
Wow.
I was hanging out with a friend. Christina actually has met this friend, but I don't want to name him so that she won't ask him in person.
Is it Jason? It's
Shut
Jason,
up.
Isn't it?
Is it Larry?
Me and this friend, whose name may start with a J, are hanging out, and I'm like looking at shit on my computer, and he's looking at shit on his computer.
Why are you looking at feces on your computers?
And then I was too young to really know about porno at the time. I was like maybe like. I mean, I knew what porno was, but I really wasn't actively
was this the
seeking
awkward
it.
13 years?
Yeah.
If you were 13, then you knew porno.
And so I'm searching like Final Fantasy X-2 art, and then I just see one with Yuna and Yuffie with their just boobs out, and I think in my head,
you mean
no
Yuna
lie, I'm like, oh, it's a parody, it's a joke, because that's all the game was. The game was just fan service, so haha, here's their boobs hanging out. In my head, I didn't process this as, oh, it's hentai or whatever it is.
Oh boy.
And so I just showed this to Jason. I'm like, ha ha, look, is someone making fun of the fact that the game's just titillation? Ha ha ha. He's like, yeah, cool. And then my dad comes into my room later that night when Jason's left. He's like, yeah, so Jason's mom called me and said that you were showing him porno. And I'm just like, what? No, it was a joke.
No.
Like, that excuse has never... I want to know if that excuse has ever worked with anyone.
Like, you turn to, like, Mark Wahlberg from, like, the Happening. Like, what?
Hey, what's going on? Say hi to your mother for me.
Say hi to your mother for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have so many young Bret stories.
Yeah.
They're great.
Oh my god, what was one thing I wanted to say, but you kind of took... I had a story, but you were...
No, fuck you. You went on for like 45 minutes last time.
Okay.
And then I'm like, oh...
One time! That was one time! How many times have you...
I'm sorry, I'm the only one prepared for this shit.
Prepared? It's not prepared. It's just like, oh, this reminds me of another thing. Let me go in 20 minutes.
Yeah, Bret.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck you guys.
Get off my... I'm
going to have my own podcast called This Bret Life.
Yeah, get off my snake,
Life.
Bret.
It's going to be like This American Life, but just with Bret stories.
This is the graphic This American Life. You cross out American and you put down Bret.
Yeah. On today's
That should be an April Fool's podcast.
This Bret Life.
Oh, April Fool's podcast. We record a podcast. I only put like Bret's track.
So I just sound like I'm talking to someone. Like it's just being like I say something like, "Oh yeah, I remember this one time me and Christina." Oh, you want to tell? Okay. Yeah, and then that. Yep.
Eli, that's racist.
And then and then we left, and then you want to say okay? And that's what that whole podcast would be like.
This was a beautiful podcast. It went better than expected. No one
Christina
died.
1 year for April Fools was going to break up with me.
No.
What?
You said one April Fool.
Oh yeah, I
your
said I was
April
going
Fool's
to
joke
change
was
my
gonna be that you
status
broke
to
up
single
with
on
me.
Facebook.
Oh.
And the fucked up part was we weren't dating for that long when you tried to do that. We were dating for like 4 months at that
What
point.
the hell's wrong with you, Christina? Don't ever do... Why would you do that?
Like that was like within the window where if that happened, I'd be like, oh shit, something happened.
You're a
Instead of like,
heartbreaker.
if that happened today, I'd just be like, oh, she's just messing with her Facebook profile.
Or
like,
was I? Or am I, Bret?
And so, is there anything else you want to bring to the table? Any other funny stories?
Christina, do you want a topic this week?
Christina, you have a topic?
I don't know. I told Katie I was gonna talk about Yu Hakusho.
Okay, let's talk about Yu Hakusho. You're messy.
Okay, all I remember from Yu Hakusho was that it wasn't it the one I said where someone could blow their brains out by just picking their nose?
Yeah, you said that earlier.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a callback, guys. That's how comedy works.
Callback. If you reference the thing you said before and add nothing to it, it's okay.
It's totally fine. That's how comedy works.
Why, Christina?
Christina, is there anything else you want to add to Yu Hakusho? I've never seen it.
it was just, I don't even know if I would recommend it. I mean, it really is like the anime between Dragon Ball Z and Bleach.
I remember when I was a kid, my friend was like, Brett, you gotta read this shit. It's edgy as fuck. And he hands me a Shonen Jump with the first issue of Yu Hakusho. My sister has
just been going through a binge watch. Like, she was just like, oh, I'm gonna watch a couple episodes. And now she's like halfway. Actually, she's almost done with the fucking...
So the thing in Yu Hakusho that always grossed me out, really, was... So I read the first few issues, because I was buying Shonen Jump weekly or monthly or whenever it came out in America.
Period of time.
I know
well,
that
in America, because the manga
in America I think it came out monthly.
When we were born.
In Japan, I think it came out weekly.
It came out weekly, and it also came out in like 1990.
Yeah, I know, but they were re-releasing it in America.
Yes.
But the reason I was buying it was because they started attaching limited edition Yu-Gi-Oh cards to it, and I wanted them.
Of course.
So I had the first issue of Shonen Jump translated into English, and it has the first issue of Yu Yu Hakusho. And there's this one scene where Yusuke... the girl who's, like, alive, not the Reaper girl.
So
Christina,
not Botan. Keiko?
The girl with the brown hair?
Keiko.
Okay, whatever. I don't remember her name.
I like cake.
She tries to take a swing at him on the roof of their school.
Mm-hmm. As you do.
Because she's like, you need to go to class! And she, like, takes a swing at him because he's being a lazy piece of shit. In the anime... And in the dub, they just go over where he looks up her skirt and just goes, oh, you got pink frilly underwear. Ha, ha, ha. And as a kid, I'm like, oh, that guy's a badass. Now I'm like, yeah, that guy's kind of questionable.
You know what's weird? I remember that.
Oh, it's worse. It is way worse in the manga.
Oh, God.
Because they directly translated for the Shonen Jump. They didn't really hold much back. And so he lifts up her underwear. And then he's like, oh, you got some mud stains down there. And then as a kid, I'm like, wait, are they talking about shit? Like, and that, like, scarred me. They also, by the way, they do similar things in the fucking Yu-Gi-Oh! and fucking Yu-Gi-Oh! Manga. Because people joke about it, but man, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Manga was fucking weird in the first few issues. They're like fucking putting scorpions in their shoes, and that's a real thing.
There's that one, like, I heard that there's this one thing where, like...
Are you gonna say they're playing ice hockey with nitroglycerin? Oh, because
no, there's this one thing where he challenges this dude to, like, this, like, you take a deck of cards, and then you, like, stab it with a knife, and the whole thing is, like, you have to stab the knife, like, whoever stabs the knife furthest into the cards without stabbing their hand wins.
Yeah, because Yu-Gi-Oh! Zero, like, before, like, the game, that was really messed up. Yami Yugi was really fucked up in the head.
No, I thought that was in... The like original manga, and then they made a series of
it. Season 0.
They made an animated. Yeah. So the first 10 or so issues of the first 10 or so volumes of the manga were just really fucked up stories about this, like, kid using an Egyptian god to, like, fuck with people in his neighborhood. Mm-hmm. And then, like, Konami is like, hey, there's a card game that's mentioned in this. What if we made that? I just made the whole series about that.
That's almost like making a card game out of school days. And it's like, hey, this person chopped the go to the kids' heads off.
They weren't going to make a card game out of, stabbing a knife through a deck of cards.
Well, then, like, there's one issue. There's, like, 2 issues I remember. There's the first one where they play... No, there's what... I think that's the first issue.
When they cried, I could see a solitaire game based off that.
Then there was the nitroglycerin ice hockey game where they freeze a puck of ice with a vial of nitroglycerin in it, and then they start playing table ice hockey with it on a fucking flatbed stove. and they're just
my
hitting it back and
God.
forth to see who hits it to the other. Like, basically, the idea was you have to hit it to the other guy before the ice melts. And they're just doing it, and then Yugi just slashes at the dude, and the dude blows up. The end. Then there was
Wow.
another...
Beautiful. Does that happen in
There was
Yu Hakusho?
another issue where Yugi was going after this, like, gang of guys, and he, like, pulls, like, a fucking James Bond where, like, a bunch of guys come after him, but he, like, he throws a water bottle all over the ground.
When he
on
pulled
him.
a James Bond, did he have sex with a woman in the middle of it?
Yeah. He
Okay.
throws a water bottle like all over the ground, like the whole floor is wet, and he steps on this like chair, and then he drops a taser into the water where the guys are standing, and just electrocutes the shit out of them.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
And then there was
okay.
another.
He's not done.
Just one last one.
Okay.
This is the one I really vividly remember. There's like this guy who keeps stealing kids' shoes because he's like, I guess it's
Serial
like
killer?
he beats up Joey and Tristan, and he takes their sneakers because I guess they got them fly kicks. And so Yugi is like, okay, here's what we're gonna do. You can have these amazing new sneakers I have, but first I'm gonna put a scorpion in them, and then you have to put your foot in it.
Yeah,
and
put
then
your
the
dick
guy's
in
like,
it.
okay, sure. And he stabs through the shoe with a knife. And he's like, I probably just stabbed the scorpion. And then he puts his foot in. Nope, turns out the scorpion dodged the knife and then just stabs him. And he dies of poisoning, like, right there in front of him.
Wow.
Yeah, that was weird. And the thing was, the Shonen Jump, like, they didn't hold that back. So they just were like, yeah, fuck it, whatever.
Yeah.
Like...
They could take it. Why not?
They can take it. Talk about mud stains in girls' underwear.
Yeah.
And I'm like, girls don't shit. What?
Girls
Changing.
Just like they don't fart, Brett.
Just girls never fart.
No. A girl's fart, that's just like, those Glade plugins.
There was oh my god, I could write a book about 13-year-old Brett slowly coming into sexuality in like the weirdest way possible. Like, girls have butts that poop? What?
What? That thought has never crossed my mind, because like I've always thought that everyone poops because the book said so.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just
Brett.
remember so vividly as a kid seeing Yu Hakusho, just Yusuke. His name is now Yu Hakusho.
I don't even remember why it's named that.
The same reason why it's called Bleach.
And here's the thing. Whenever I read that, or there was a similar thing in Yu-Gi-Oh! Where Joey and Tristan would sit behind Taya and they'd flip her skirt up using rulers. And they'd talk about how her underwear looks like it has mud stains. I don't know. I don't remember if that happened or not. I just remembered I'd get this gross taste in my mouth, and I'd have to like start drinking water and spitting it up to try and get the taste out of it.
Oh my
They were
God.
just like, oh, I don't want to think about girls shitting right now.
Wow.
I got like a really bad taste in my mouth whenever that would happen. I could describe it as like eating rancid meat, maybe. Like
That's
it
when
was
you
just
realize you don't like to eat ass.
That's when I realized I don't eat the butt.
Who's your favorite character from Yu Yu Hakusho?
I liked Hiei.
Okay, which one's the guy with the rose whip?
That's Kurama.
Oh, he's adorable.
They're
Baseball
they're
fan.
totally like besties.
Of course.
Of course.
Of
And that's
course,
probably
there's
why your sister wants to watch the series again. Because
No, it's just really fun to watch
This is like
is it like you guys are watching
because
it
it's
as,
really
like,
old, but it's not too old.
how bad is the animation quality? Like, how bad are the mouth syncs and shit like that? Or are you watching Japanese?
No, we're watching the dub.
You're
Dub's really fun. The dub's really fun. I like the dub.
and
They
then
are
what about
clearly
the guy-
having fun with it.
Well, is it like the Thundercats? Have you ever heard the Thundercats dub? Where, like, they just, like... Have you ever...
If I don't
do you
make it
guys-
out alive, take care of my cat.
Like, the Thundercats... There's this outtake video where just like the voice actors are having fun with it.
Read it,
where they're just,
Repulsa.
Lion-O is just like, he's just like, fuck, Thundercats, fuck. And then like the other guy who, I forget, I think it was Panthar, was just like, I'm getting too fucking old to deal with this shit. Yeah, kids, I said fuck you, kids. They just made an entire reel of this.
Some of the lines are really weird. Like, some of the lines I feel like they're ad-libbed almost. But yeah, like, I think those are like my favorite dubs, when you clearly know that the voice actors are having a good time.
I think you would really like Ghost Story. I think that's what it's called.
No, fuck you. I watched one episode of Ghost Story and I was like, fuck this. Fuck everyone who thinks that this is funny. This is the worst parts of humanity wrapped into one
I watched
thing.
Clips of Ghost Story. It's okay.
It's not okay. It's not okay. Don't say that or I will never fucking marry you.
I love how the kid in the dub is like...
No, Brett, now that you said that, at our wedding, instead of a slideshow, we can have a screening of Ghost.
Oh my god.
This is our most beautiful moments.
I'm an anime club, and some of my co-chairs were just like, oh yeah, let's play an episode of Ghost Stories. And I'm like, what's that? And they're like, oh, it's a serious thing from Japan, but when they brought it over to America, the voice actors just had fun with it because they didn't really give a shit.
I think the comedy from that was
too
so
bad
because it made too many references. I think.
Yeah, it was doing
it had too much reference humor. And then
there's like one part where they're like, "Oh, this guy's crazy."
Two people are talking at the same time.
Well, there's one point where one character's like, this guy's crazier than Charlie Sheen. And this was just when Charlie Sheen went on the new rant, like Panther Blood and winning and everything. So everyone's like, oh my god, that's so funny because it's relevant again. Oh, kill me.
But yeah, it has none of that.
I'm fucking Dallas from Alien because I'm just like,
kill me. I mean the dub of Yu Hakusho is kind of like, that's
it's like
just
timeless humor.
Like, it's clearly kind of dated in the stuff they say, just like the slang, but they don't make like
totally
references.
Radical.
I like
turtle power.
Well,
like,
that series was dubbed in like the late or the
90s.
Early 2000s, I believe.
That's part of the reason why I love the Italian dub by Funimation. It's just
yeah.
It just adds something like oh, Mr. Germany, I was
like
wiping off the dolphin
School
parts.
I do love. I love listening to the voice actors from that show, just like doing commentary tracks of it. And
oh yeah,
like, yeah. The art director told me to just be as racist as I could in this scene, so fuck it.
Yeah, the guy who does Italy's voice just did a Mario impression.
Yeah.
Fuck it. I remember one time I saw on Tumblr.
It's just a tiny. That's what. Oh, it's also funny is that the guy who does Italy in the English dub is just some short Asian dude.
It's so adorable.
Basically.
That's just, to be fair, what all the Japanese voice actors are. So.
I remember once in Tumblr, someone was saying out loud, "Oh, Funimation, I don't like all the racist jokes you add to the Italian dub." And I'm thinking, do you know what anime you're talking about?
Do you realize they're probably I feel like they're being a little tame compared to the Japanese, like what
the original
do.
Yeah,
we're talking about. We're talking about Japan here.
This has been We Could Be Wrong, the podcast that everybody loves.
Except for people who downvote us. Then you dirty
Yeah,
people.
please leave comments and tell me I'm beautiful.
And tell us when we use snake euphemisms, but then we're talking about real snakes.
Yeah, real.
When the snake goes up the guy's butt, does it bite him?
Let me check. Hold on,
Is
let
it
me
a
check.
poisonous snake?
I don't know.
You gotta check for diamonds on the back. Diamonds on the back usually mean poisonous.
Do you guys want me to send you a picture?
Is
No.
the yellow touching
Kind
the
of.
red, or is the black
I kind of want a
touching
picture.
the
I
red?
want to. I'm now like really morbidly curious about that.
All right. It's just like let me find it first of all. I saw it, but
All right. Well, that's been. Let's wrap it up before you go find butt pictures.
I've been doing that throughout the entire podcast. No. Wrap it up, wrap it in. Let me begin. I gotta wrap it at least. That's a sin. Brett, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter at 1tbrett.
The word
That's
one.
spelt out, by the way.
The word one.
The word one.
Yeah, how do you spell one?
ONE.
TBRET.
Yes.
Kind of ironic that your username has 2 T's.
Fucking everyone says that. And the joke never gets fucking old.
It never does. Christina, where can we find you and your beautiful art?
I'm just gonna pronounce it as Coco Arts, just to make it easier on
just
people.
so that me and Eli don't make the joke for the next hour and a half.
Coco Arts, we'll get there faster than we'll make up
Well, I
art.
figure most
where
people
we
who
oughta
refer to
start.
me as Coco on Tumblr pronounce it that way. Anyway.
Okay.
Or think it's pronounced that way.
All right. You can find me on Tumblr and YouTube and Twitter as Bass Clef Eli, because I'm a bass and there's a clef there, and my name's Eli. So thank you again for listening. Like us on iTunes. Or
Yeah.
not. Yeah.
We don't have an iTunes page because we don't have an RSS feed.
Yeah, because we're broke motherfuckers.
I don't even remember what happened to my iTunes account. I stopped using it.
All right, then. I think we're done here. Watch out for those snakes. And the bees.
And the bees that spell out that Christina doesn't know.
Oh my god.
You know, I'm really proud
She's
that
talking about.
I'm really proud that we didn't make a Nicolas Cage joke.
Oh man, that really is a snake going up his butt.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Well,
not
no,
really.
first off, he's prepping himself, too. Like, he knows it's coming.
And that's official art.
That's official art. That's the game.
Wow.
That's the game.
I don't know. That's just a little too in your face.
I like
for
how
me.
he's lubing up first. You gotta be prepared. You don't want to just go straight off the butt with no lube.
Yeah,
That's
don't want to raw
that's
dog
a
it.
recipe
Don't
for
wanna raw dog.
disaster.